1 in 4 people in the West has fatty liver, which means that 25% of us experience symptoms such as fat accumulation in the abdomen or increased fatigue in our day-to-day lives without realizing that the problem is really in our liver. This organ, which performs more than 500 functions in the body, when our habits fill it with fat, stops working properly, leading to our blood being filled with toxins and our arteries with cholesterol. But if there is one organ that is resilient and benevolent towards us, it is the liver. Science tells us that fatty liver can be reversible, and not with pills, but with several specific habits and foods, some of which are accessible in our kitchens. Today, I share with you 7 foods that fight fatty liver. The liver is an organ located in the upper right part of the abdomen, and among hundreds of functions, it cleanses and purifies our toxins, converts the nutrients we ingest into energy, stores vitamins, and plays an important role in our coagulation. The problem with this organ is that it is very sensitive to our habits, which have the virtue of being able to assist in its functions and enhance them, but also of filling it with fat and incapacitating it. Now, before I tell you which foods have been shown to reverse fatty liver, it's important to briefly look at what causes it, as I need to first get rid of them, so that the measures we are going to see really have the possibility of reversing this condition. So, what causes fatty liver? Firstly, we have fructose, a simple sugar that has become the liver's great enemy in recent decades. Although fructose is present in fruit, this is not a problem, as the fruit's fiber will cause our body to absorb only part of this sugar and do so gradually. The problem is with juices, which is fruit stripped of its fiber. Therefore, the natural sugar of a fruit juice will enter our blood directly and quickly and will turn into fat for our liver and abdomen. Other sources of fructose include table sugar, which is made up of glucose and fructose, and also most ultra-processed foods. Secondly, we have alcohol, especially in cases of alcoholic fatty liver. In fact, such is its damage to this organ that sometimes simple abstinence from this toxin may be enough to reverse fatty liver. Thirdly, we have saturated or trans fats present in many processed foods, which unbalance our omega-3 and omega-6 balance, tipping the scales towards the latter, which promotes inflammation and fat accumulation in the liver. Fourth, we have red meats, which are directly associated with a higher risk of fat accumulation in the liver. In fact, some studies show that, like with alcohol, eliminating its consumption reduces fat in this organ. And fifth, there is overweight, and it's that fat accumulated in our abdomen increases our resistance to insulin, which makes our liver more prone to collecting fat. Now, how can I know if I have fatty liver? There are a number of common symptoms and signs that can alert us that our liver is suffering damage. First, in the early stages, we will normally experience heavy digestions and a feeling of heaviness in the upper right part of the abdomen, along with constant fatigue in our day-to-day life. These symptoms are due to my liver not being able to process fats well, nor properly extract energy from the foods I consume. And if I am noticing these initial symptoms, usually in a blood test, an increase in my levels of triglycerides and transaminases can be seen, the latter already being an indicator that my liver is suffering inflammation due to that excess fat. In more advanced stages, if I don't find a solution, the symptoms can become more intense, increasing the day-to-day fatigue. That heaviness in the abdomen turns into pain, and I could start to notice a yellowish coloration on my skin, known as jaundice. Now, it will be crucial to understand that if I experience any of these symptoms, it will be very important that, apart from implementing the measures we are going to see now, I consult a doctor for a precise diagnosis, as fatty liver is a condition that can progress to more serious diseases such as cirrhosis or even cancer. So, what foods have been shown to help me reverse fatty liver? First, we have turmeric, that golden spice that we often find in Asian and Indian cuisine. And is that curcumin, the active principle of this spice, in addition to being a powerful antioxidant, is known for its anti-inflammatory action and will help me break down all those triglyceride accumulations in my liver. Moreover, this spice promotes the release of bile, which means we are going to digest the fats in the diet better and therefore make good use of them. And not only that, curcumin, especially when present with piperine from black pepper, which increases its absorption, has the potential to inhibit the spread of cancer cells in the liver, thus offering long-term protection to this organ. So thanks to this triple function in our liver, turmeric will act as a shield that protects this organ from several fronts. Secondly, we have cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli and kale. These plants are very rich in fiber, which on the one hand will help me fight overweight by regulating my blood sugar levels, and not only that, but will also improve my gut flora, acting as a prebiotic. That is, the fiber will be food for my intestinal microbiota, the bacteria that I'm interested in taking care of, since these, by helping me have greater insulin sensitivity, will reduce the fat in my liver. Now, this fiber from crucifers takes a back seat when we talk about the bioactive compounds these plants have, among them sulforaphane, a component that protects the liver from the oxidation and inflammation that occurs in fatty liver, while also offering us cardioprotective and anti-cancer properties. And if we want to take advantage of this sulforaphane from crucifers, it will be essential not to cook the vegetables until they are completely soft because heat largely eliminates it. Thirdly, we have beets. When we look closely at a beet, there is something that catches the eye and sets it apart from the vast majority of foods in nature, and that is its intense red color, which is due to betalain, a plant pigment that, thanks to its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, will help my liver stay healthier to perform its functions. And that's not all. Beets are rich in nitrates, compounds that our body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens our arteries, something crucial since over time our vessels become more rigid and find it hard to relax to make more room for blood. So, thanks to the vasodilation that beetroot will provide to our body, the liver will be able to more efficiently carry out the purification and elimination of toxins from our body. Now, to consume it, although it is true that in raw form we will take advantage of more of its benefits, since when we heat it loses part of the betalain, the amount lost with heat is not very significant, so we can consume it cooked, taking care, however, not to overcook it. What will be essential is not to consume it in juice, because as we have said before, by removing the fiber, my body will not have time to make good use of all that sugar that arrives all at once, making what we intend to be a solution end up being a problem for our liver. Fourthly, we have coffee, that beverage that many of us enjoy to start the day. Coffee is a drink rich in antioxidants, especially in chlorogenic acids, that have a protective effect on the liver cells, reducing inflammation and improving insulin sensitivity. In addition, coffee has the power to increase our production of glutathione, an antioxidant that improves our liver's ability to neutralize and eliminate toxins and carcinogenic substances. And this beverage can be considered a compendium of different antioxidants, among them melanoidins that are formed during the coffee roasting process, caffeic acid, and ferulic acid. Fifthly, we have garlic. The great power of garlic for our health comes from its star component, allicin, which curiously is not found in garlic in its natural form, but is generated when we crush, cut, or grind the garlic. By doing this to the garlic and letting it rest for at least 10 minutes, we will get two of its substances, alliin and alliancy, to come into contact and thus form the desiree allicin to give us all its anti-inflammatory benefits. And it will be essential that, apart from letting it rest before consuming it, we do not heat it, because allicin is sensitive to heat and is lost with cooking. And not only that, garlic is rich in selenium, a mineral that improves antioxidant action in the liver and that will work together with allicin to offer us complete protection against damage in this organ. Sixthly, we have olive oil, which is rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, especially oleic acid, a fatty acid that has anti-inflammatory properties for our liver, reducing inflammation caused by excess fat and improving the function of this organ. But that's not all. Olive oil is also rich in polyphenols, antioxidant compounds that protect our liver from oxidative stress by neutralizing free radicals. And in addition, this oil has a positive impact on our lipid profile as it helps to reduce our levels of LDL cholesterol, or bad, which will be crucial to help eliminate fat accumulation in our liver. In seventh place, we have legumes, which apart from providing me with more fiber, are a rich source of essential micronutrients such as folic acid, iron, and magnesium. And these elements not only promote the various functions of our liver, but are also necessary for it to produce the enzymes responsible for detoxifying our body. Additionally, legumes are rich in proteins, which on one hand are necessary for the repair and regeneration of the cells of this organ, and on the other, will displace in any diet other unhealthy protein sources, such as red meats. Now, all these foods have been shown to help us maintain our liver healthy, and as we have seen, also collaborate in reversing fatty liver to different degrees. But just these measures are not going to be enough if the stage of fatty liver is very advanced. Therefore, it is crucial that we take into account the symptoms we have seen and confide in our doctor that we suspect we may have fatty liver, since the only way to make an accurate diagnosis is going to be analysis first and second, and indispensable if the suspicion is high, an imaging test like abdominal ultrasound. And thank you very much for staying with me until here. What do you think of these foods? Do you consume them regularly? I read you here below in the comments. And if you found this useful, remember to share this video via WhatsApp with people you think it can help. And remember, you can subscribe and ring the bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. Take great care.